Man, where should I start? Guys, I've been trying to think of many videos to do, but today I'm gonna do a recap of Media Day. But specifically, since I really root for the ball, bro, there's a lot. I don't really, I didn't really see my Raptors. My Raptors are actually gonna do the Media Day and the Lakers today. I'm gonna do a review on that later. But today's Media Day I'm gonna recap the last Media Day, so I'm gonna look at the Bulls and Hornets only. So let's start with the Bulls. The Bulls really made the biggest splash I've ever seen in free agency. Now, I'm not going to hate on the Bulls and say that they were trash or something, but here's the thing. Billy Donovan said something that confirms even FYF crazy ass was wrong. I'm sorry. The Although I could agree with one thing that Lonzo's numbers would be down in terms of scoring, but apart from that, I predicted 13, 6 and 7 because actually this is how it is. I said 13.6, 5.7 rebounds, and 7.5 assists because that's my stat prediction. Not saying that it's gonna be 100% true, but that's how I saw the Bulls this year in terms of Lonzo alone. Now, am I saying that Lonzo is the superstar of the team? Maybe, but he's not the star. But the Bulls, and I love what Billy Donovan has done. Billy Donovan was has shown that he wants to be the next Steve Alford for Lonzo. You know what Steve Alford did with Lonzo in UCLA? He told Lonzo, listen, since I have you for 9 months, I'm going to let you be the leader of the offense. So Lonzo gets to be the decision maker of the tactics and the plays on the court on the offense. And we're going to see that in Chicago because Billy Donovan literally said, Lonzo is a great passer that areas. We're going to have to run. We're going to have to do all that. Basically saying at this point in time, we're gonna run the plays with everybody, but Lonzo's gonna be the main decision maker. That's the point. Lonzo's gonna be our decision maker. He's gonna be our playmaker. He's gonna be that leader of the offense that we really need. So basically, they're asking Lonzo to be that CP3 like player. In LA, I know he had the keys to the offense in his rookie year, but a lot of imagine being a 19-year-old and you're asked to just lead an offense. It'll be difficult at times. LaMelo too struggled to start his journey as the leader of the offense at times. I'm not gonna act like remember like the game against Miami where he got to start, where he first started with the keys to the offense a little bit. He struggled. I'm not gonna lie, man. LaMelo didn't rise up until you see the 34-point game. He had certain moments where he had to lead an offense and he struggled with that. Am I gonna say LaMelo's trash? No. There are just some things we need to really take in consideration as fans before we start jumping our mouth or the gun before we start seeing what we think we're seeing. And am I a LaMelo hater? No. Is LaMelo trash? No. They say greatness starts from small beginnings. But I guess some people's greatness is a different case. Am I going to hate Lonzo for what it is? No. Now, I'm happy that Billy Donovan confirmed what's going to happen with Lonzo. But I want Lonzo and Billy Donovan to have that final sit down and say, listen, Lonzo, now that we say that we're going to run the offense through you as the leader of the offense, how do you want to run the offense? Do you want to go back to your UCLA days where you get to run the offense with the traditional system where everybody just runs the floor, fast break, pace and space, running gun type of thing? Or do you want to just lead the offense in the way you think is best? Do you want to run the offense the Steve Alford way, where everybody runs the offense, runs running gun, fast break, pick and roll, top of the key, or do you go in a different route where you mix it up a little bit. Because I remember saying that we're gonna see a mix of UCLA zone as meaning playmakers zone, Hush zone versus and a mix of corner store zone, aka 3 and D zone. But I might still stand on that because there's still chances we'll see that. But 70% of the time, Billy Donovan has confirmed that 70% of the time, or most of the time, Lonzo is the leader of the offense. And I'm happy about that because it's time for Lonzo to have a coach that finally appreciates him. Because in that same quote, Billy Donovan praised Lonzo's skill set. And I'm happy for that because he finally have a coach that wants to believe in him. A coach that's really buying into the Lonzo ball and that wants to see what he can do. That wants to see what he's got in the store. That really believes in his abilities as a leader, as a player, and as a point guard. Something that Stan Van Dummy, which I was watching on NBA TV, couldn't do. And I'm not even gonna say I will tell you that the best coach Lonzo has ever had was Alvin Gentry. And Gentry knew that to use Lonzo, all you need to do is just run. And although with Alvin Gentry, he actually took too long because his dumbass forgot that Lonzo was a point guard. So Lonzo was just running track all the time without really any thought. So in this case, the Bulls media day, great success. Everything was looking good. But I don't really want to touch on the Hornets. The only thing I'll say that the only positive about the media day was LaMelo. He said all the things that was needed to be said. There's nothing much to say. But Zach Levine was in high praise of Lonzo. His team, Lonzo, I mean, Derek Joe Jr. And everybody else were actually excited for to have Lonzo on the team because Lonzo is a coach's dream. I guarantee you, if Lonzo gets All Star votes this year, Lonzo will win coach's selection by a large margin. I'm dead serious. Lonzo is so good enough that he's gonna be an All Star reserve, and I'm not trying to hit down Lonzo's stats, but that's what I see him as. If he's gonna be an All Star, he will be an All Star reserve, not because he's a bum or he's trash, but because that's what he is. You see, here's the thing. In football, we always have this idea of super sub, right? And I'm not saying Lonzo's a role player, but I'm saying that Lonzo is good enough to be a player that comes off the bench and is good at leading the team, and also good at leading the team from the get go as the starter. This we saw the same with Lamelo. He's good at that. They're both good at just leading the offense regardless of what role they play because they have that skill set to lead the team. And am I gonna say this year we're not gonna see corner stories though? I'm just happy that Billy Donovan is willing to work with Lonzo because I've heard stories. I've heard that Billy Donovan is a point guard coach, is willing to run the offense with his point guard. But I've also heard he's a guy that if he wants to run fast, he runs fast more with three guards. He's a 3 guard lineup specialist. And I'm just nervous like how are you gonna handle this situation, especially with Patrick Williams being injured? Are you gonna handle a 3 guard lineup? Or are you gonna tell DeRozan? Because like people were saying, let me confirm the DeRozan situation. I'm a DeRozan fan myself, not just Lonzo fan, all that. I'm a DeRozan fan myself. DeRozan was my favorite Raptor, even I'll say my favorite Raptor ever, because I started watching basketball late, like as a like being an up and coming teenager. So DeRozan was the first Raptor I ever like literally fell in love with as a player. So I was literally hurt when he got traded to San Antonio, but when I saw what he get got out of San Antonio, I'm really happy to say DeRozan actually goes on a team where he plays that Gordon Hayward role, which means the veteran, the guy that will mentor Lonzo and the rest of the team on what being a team leader is, especially Lonzo because Lonzo is not battle tested. He's not in the situation, and I think Demar will be a great mentor for Zoe, and I think that's the role he wants to play because even before, even the first media day they had after the trades in the offseason, even it was all about Lonzo hasn't been given the freedom to be where he is. He hasn't been this, yada, yada, yada. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. And now I'm just saying, you know what? Time for Lonzo to do what Lonzo does. You've now been given the keys to the offense. Billy Donovan has said it. You're going to be the main man in charge. Can you handle the pressure this time? Because now you're back to where you started. I was in a similar situation though, in person. Now you're back to where you started. Now you get to lead a team again, just like UCLA. Are you gonna handle the pressure this time? You're now more in LA. It's not Cali, but it's Chicago, a big rival of the Lakers as well. Now, because people don't know that the Bulls and the Lakers used to have rivalry before, they do. Magic Johnson versus Jordan. You might need to Google that. You may say that, yeah, you do. You do not watch basketball. I do research too. Jordan Magic were rivals, big rivals before, and a big and it became a big focal point of why the Bulls and the Lakers were like big rivals. So in this case, I'm really proud to say I'm proud of what the Lakers are gonna accomplish. But today I'm gonna be listening to the Bulls, to the Raptors, and the Lakers media day, which is what I'm gonna be focusing on today. But I'm proud of what the Bulls have said. They're really excited to run the offense through Lonzo, and I'm gonna say to Lonzo, good luck, have fun in Chicago. It's time for you to do your thing. You've earned it. You've been through a lot. Now it's time to be the leader of a team. Yeah, mais, comment es, es abonné. Merci beaucoup.